The court in their home whites with San Jose State written across the chest. Utah State in their deep blues with Utah State written across the chest. Jumping center will be Brandon Clark and Jalen Moore. We're underway from the event center as the Spartans have won the opening tip-off and will move from left to right here in this first half. Terrell Brown back in the starting lineup for San Jose State. Drops a pass on a bounce to the right side block. Backing down his defender is Clark. He kicks it outside to Wellage. Touch pass to J.C. Hillsman. Weaves his way to his right side and holds along the perimeter. 7 seconds to shoot for Isaac Thornton. Back up to in between the circles for a Terrell Brown deep three-pointer that was no good from way beyond the arc. And the Spartans with a kind of a flustering first possession where they didn't really get much going outside of a nice pass down low to Brandon Clark. So here comes Jalen Moore and the Aggie offense. Blind pass into the corner, catch and shoot three ball from McEwen. It's short, and the rebound right to the hands of Ryan Wellage of the Spartans. Out in transition comes Thornton, crosses over, down the lane, draws the contact, floats it up, it was no good. Tipped up again by Brandon Clark, and that wouldn't go rolling off the rim. Here comes Merrill now, hitting the brakes on the elbow, spins around, thought about the shot, pulled it back down, and threw it to Dargenton. Now it's dropped down low. Janisic on a quick bounce, skips it outside to Jalen Moore, jumps up to receive, jab step with a right, lobs underneath. One-on-one, the defense, and a skip pass once more to Merrill outside on a dribble drive, right to the rim, finishing with a high right hand, McEwen. There's the first basket of the game. 2-0, Aggies the start, first 90 seconds of play. J.C. Hillsman waiting for a screen, nothing there, so they'll float a pass underneath to the paint. Jump hook in the lane from Ryan Wellage with a left hand. He dropped it through. And that was fantastic body control by Ryan Wellage using the left hand. Ties the game early on, opening minutes. Underhand pass to Merrill. Merrill with a two-hand feed right up top to Jalen Moore, who catches with a hand in his face from J.C. Hillsman. They set a quick screen for him. Had some room to shoot, decided not to. Now over to the right side corner for a three ball, and that was no good. A back iron miss, but a collision on that shot. Isaac Thornton got into the body of Kobe McEwen, and we'll have a foul on the three-point attempt. So McEwen will go to the line for three. Kobe McEwen shooting 39% from beyond the arc this year, and one of the leading candidates for the Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Year award. And why not? He's leading all freshmen in the conference this year in scoring per game. 14.5 points per game for McEwen. He hits his first free throw. As a free throw shooter, 70.5% this year. It's been a rough stretch on the road for the Aggies, where they are 0 for 7 in road conference games this year. Second free throw is good. They won the first two games on the road in their non-conference schedule. But after that, have lost 7 consecutive true road games. Now the third and final free throw, it's good. He got all 3 of them, did McEwen. He's got all 5 of the Aggie points in the first 2 minutes, 5-2. Jalen James checks in for the Spartans as Isaac Thornton takes a seat. James on a skip pass trying to break that three-quarter court defense. They get across the half-court stripe, and James gets it back with his heels on the logo. Long bounce pass to Terrell Brown in the corner. Quick rotation out to J.C. Hillsman. Catch and shoot three ball from J.C. just short, grazing the rim. The rebound collected by the Aggies' Merrill. Merrill brings it down the floor. One-on-one against Brown. Outside to McEwen. Puts it on the deck. Drops it down low. And a right-handed runner is good from Janisic. Norbert Janisic, the 6'11" sophomore from Slovakia. It's the most international roster that the Aggies have ever had. A lot of talented players coming from outside the United States. There's a missed opportunity from the Spartans. Now comes Merrill for a three ball, and that is good from in between the circles. And just like that, bang, bang, go the Aggies and make it 10-2 with 17:09 remaining in the first. And Coach Wojcik needs a timeout for the Spartans. We've seen this time and again this year. The Spartans really starting off sluggish, starting off slow. And this game, another example of it, where the Spartans have not been able to hit shots and have been forced to try and come back in transition and guard some quick shots from the Aggies, but they have been able to do it. And so it is a 10-2 start for Utah State. Coach Wojcik calling for that 30-second timeout early in this one with 17:09 on the first half clock. Brandon Mitchell will check in for San Jose State and replace Ryan Wellage. Mitchell, who provided a career-high tying 12 points the last time out for San Jose State against Air Force. Now goes to work as he gets it into Jalen James. Long bounce across the defense to break the press. Gives back to James. James and Brown playing catch now on the wing. Right side for Brown. Two-hand feed over to J.C. Hillsman once more. A quick bounce into the corner for Clark. Clark outside to Brown. Crossover dribble, pulls up for the mid-range jumper on the baseline right side. No, back iron miss. Rebound Jalen Moore. Moore out to Merrill. Merrill hits the brakes, dumps it off down low into the blocks. It's Janisic turning on his right shoulder and angling a shot off the glass and in. That wasn't easy, but he made it look like it. Spartans now facing the zone defense. And they're going to see a lot of zone defense here this evening. Jalen James finds himself open for three from the right corner. That's good. And at least providing some offense to break the run from the Aggies and make it a 12-5 Utah State start. Jalen Moore, low feed, grabbed around knee level by Merrill. Merrill outside again. A long pass broken up by Brandon Mitchell as he almost stole that ball away. It deflects into the Spartan bench, and it'll be off Brandon Mitchell last. He almost jumped that route and got a full hand on that ball. As it stood, it was just the fingertips, so it knocks it out of play. And the Spartans will defend against the inbound coming from Dargenton. Here it comes to McEwen now. McEwen one-on-one with Jalen James, waits for a high screen on a switch. Brandon Mitchell has McEwen now, knifes through the defense, going up and being blocked by Brandon Mitchell. Underneath was Janisic, and now it's outside in transition. A three ball from Terrell Brown. It is good. Terrell Brown. Well, that's great offense, great defense, all in a sequence of about 15 seconds for the Spartans, and they make it 12-8. Jalen Moore on the left block. Bounces his way outside to the wing. McEwen with the up fake. Got a hand in his face from Jalen James, sitting down and guarding against him right now. Crosses over to his left. Brandon Clark comes up to defend. Grazing that pass over to Jalen Moore now. A three from him. It's no good. A box out from Jalen James. He secures the rebound and brings it out ahead. Crosses over down the right side of the lane. Curls around a screen. Tried to underhand it back to Brandon Mitchell. And that was not a good possession right there from Jalen James and the Spartans. It leads to a three on the rush from Merrill. Bounces off the back iron. High into the air. It was no good. Brown gets it and speeds up the near side court. Accelerates into the lane. Outside for Brandon Clark. Waiting in between the circles. And he'll just get it over to his point guard, Jalen James, to set up the offense here. Wanted the pick and roll, didn't get it. Now Mitchell crosses over, takes it down the lane, off the dribble, jumps to his right, floats a shot up that was wild and no good, short of the rim. The Spartans not selecting proper shots at this point in time. There's just been a couple possessions where you kind of shake your head and think, well, why that shot? And now it's Merrill, a hard pass into the corner. McEwen an up fake, drives by, kicks out while he drove, and it's now Jalen Moore lobbing it underneath. Double team in the lane. Two hands on the basketball. Janisic could not secure it as it's a held ball. Brandon Clark got in there for the Spartans. Brandon Mitchell was also down there for San Jose State. And with 6 seconds on the shot clock, it will be an Aggie basketball when we come back to the event center. A 12-8 Utah State lead, 14-16 remaining in the first half. A break in the action. You're listening to Spartan Basketball from Learfield. First half, 12-8 to the Utah State Aggies with 14-16 remaining here in the first half. Been a very thrilling first half so far, the opening minutes. But the Spartans have missed a lot of opportunities. It's really been a series of runs back and forth between the two teams as Utah State, they went on a flurry of points, only to respond with no points in the last 2.5 minutes. And the Spartans having a 6-0 run in that span. San Jose State, 3 of 9 from the field and 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, while Utah State, they're 4 of 8 from the floor in the early minutes of this game. Merrill rises for 3, rattles it home off the inbound just as the clock was about to sound on the shot clock. So Merrill has 2 first half threes already and up to 6 points. Spartans trail 15-8. It's Brandon Mitchell on the elbow, guiding a pass over to the left side, catch and shoot 3 from Terrell Brown, and it's good. Terrell Brown has 2 threes as well to answer the call from Sam Merrill of the Aggies. 15-11 now. Merrill, dribble penetration to the outside. It comes, and it's McEwen for a three. A back iron miss, and it's Brandon Clark getting through everyone right there, soaring above the rest to get the rebound. Now Clark tries to drive. Outside it comes to the perimeter, left side wing. Brown around a quick screen, floats it across to J.C. Hilsman, moves it even farther along to Jalen James. James dribbles to his left, cuts across to his right, throws over to his left side for Terrell Brown, who bounces to the elbow now. Spin move in the paint, rising up with the teardrop, back iron miss from Brandon Clark. That's the offense the Spartans want, though, right there. That was a good look from Brandon Clark, the third leading scorer in the conference. Jalen Moore, meanwhile, wild shot on the ensuing possession. Angled it off the glass, but it wouldn't go. On the trail, it's Brown. Holding now for the Spartan offense with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 15-11, Spartans trail. A bounce to the right elbow for Brandon Mitchell. One dribble outside to Brown. Up fake, tries to drive. Cut off, floater down the lane, no. And another wild shot. And it's just unset with these shots that the Spartans are settling for. And here's a drive, a behind-the-back dribble, a crossover, and spectacular ball handling from Kobe McEwen, and a foul called against San Jose State that Coach Wojcik is not happy with. And that foul is against Brandon Mitchell, and it will put Kobe McEwen at the free throw line. Coach Wojcik is trying to plead his case still. And they gave him the continuation, and that's, I think, what he's upset about. The free throw good. 8 points from McEwen. I think maybe listening to this argument, he was saying, I understand the foul, but not the continuation of the foul. It was an extra step, maybe two, but Terrell Brown now has it for the Spartans, who trail by 7. Brown over to his right side as Isaac Thornton, who checked back in with Ryan Wellage, has possession right now. Brandon Clark dribbles into the paint, jumps his way in the lane, rattles one home off a high right-hand teardrop. And Brandon Clark on the scoreboard for the first time this evening, 18-13. Aggie lead, 12 minutes remaining in the first half. McEwen with a bounce pass to the left side wing, dribble handoff as he gets it from Barnaba. Now over to the left side for a three, and it's good from McEwen. McEwen is taking over this basketball game. The freshman is not playing like one. And this is what the Aggies have come to be accustomed to with his play. 11 points is now Brandon Clark with an answer on a dribble drive. And he scoops one right up to the rim and drops it through. Spartans knew that the three-point line would be critical in this game. The Aggies have hit 3 from beyond the arc in this first half. A high percentage shooting three-point team. McEwen around a screen, runs right into Brandon Clark. Now he throws back across his body to the right side. Julian Perry into the corner, catch and shoot three, hand in his face from Barnaba. That wouldn't go. Isaac Thornton scoops it out to Brandon Clark. Waits, spins down the lane, and we have a whistle here coming against the Aggies, guarding against Brandon Clark. Quinn Taylor called for the personal foul for the Aggies, their first of the game, and that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. 21-15, Aggies with the lead. 11:03 remaining in the first half. Another break from the event center. You're listening to Spartan the first half, and San Jose State, it's not as though they're shooting poorly. It's not as though they're turning the basketball over. They're shooting 43% from the field. They've had one turnover, but the Aggies have been better. They're 7 of 14, 50% from the floor, and they have yet to commit a turnover in this first half. The Aggies are sizzling on offense right now. They have taken 8 shots from beyond the arc. Both teams have hit 3 shots from distance. The Spartans have taken 5, but the difference has been the quick style of offense and the high percentage shots to the Aggies, and really a lot of those coming in transition from Utah State. And I've also done a nice job getting to the free throw line, where Kobe McEwen has been there twice, hitting all 4 of his opportunities. Out of the timeout, the Spartans have it. It's Ryan Wellage rising on the inbound. Got a good look from 16 feet, didn't hit it on that mid-range jumper. Hit it off the front of the rim. Rebound comes out to Julian Perry. Perry takes it left side. Isaiah Nichols draped all over him. Gives it across to Shane Rector now. Rector backs up, looks to his left. There was no options. He held it back down, and Quinn Taylor gets it back. Drops it on the backdoor feed. Dribble drive, Perry throws it outside. Stolen away by Isaac Thornton. Thornton leading the charge, left to right. Loses control of the basketball, has to fumble it around. Back over to Isaiah Nichols, who will calm the possession down for the Spartans. Here's Thornton now, crossing over to his left side. Left-hand feed to J.C. Hillsman. Long spin on a bounce pass to Brandon Clark. Loses control as well as it's poked out to Isaiah Nichols. Drives, floats it up, and got fouled. Could not finish. Isaiah Nichols goes to the free throw line in a 6-point basketball game. Isaac Thornton will come talk with Coach Wojcik, as Isaiah Nichols will go to the line for 2. Nichols, who has played 17 minutes per game this year, first free throw is good. And Isaiah Nichols has had stretches where he has just played fantastic basketball throughout conference play. His minutes have not been as high as earlier in the season when he was one of the starters for the Spartans, but still, I think his role is understood, coming in as one of the guards off the bench and hitting the shots he's asked. He splits his free throws here. The Spartans will press off that free throw. J.C. Hillsman guarding closely against Janisic. As Janisic got it away, threw it high into the air. Jumping up with a high left hand was Rector to pull it down before it went across half court. Now 10 seconds to shoot. Double teamed in the paint is Janisic. Kick out to Jalen Moore for 3. That's an air ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. It goes off of Brandon Clark last. 4 seconds to shoot. Coach Wojcik making sure the players know that there's 4 seconds on the shot clock. The fans do not like the call, but I think it was an instance where Brandon Clark, I think he tried to just get the rebound and not allow for a second shot. Now off the inbound, it's Merrill rising for an 18-footer. Hit it off the back iron, went into the air, and dropped through. Things are going well for Sam Merrill. He's living right now. Brandon Clark on a rotation to the right side. Thornton crosses over, drops it underneath to Ryan Wellage, and he is fouled on the catch inside the paint. That's the 3rd team foul to the Aggies, and the 2nd personal coming into Quinn Taylor, who's come off the bench in just a few minutes, has picked up 2 personal fouls. Quinn Taylor will depart. Dargentin will come back in. Here's the inbound for San Jose State. J.C. Hillsman in the corner for 3. Got it! J.C. Hillsman, who is a 26% career three-point shooter, is now 6 of his last 11 from beyond the arc in 6 games. He's been fabulous for the Spartans. And now on a drive and a hard and aggressive finish by Sam Merrill, the 6'4" freshman guard, taking it right underneath and not shying away from the contact. Nichols right side, Isaac Thornton thought about the drive. Spartans trying to figure out this zone defense right now. It's been menacing. Right now they're in the man-to-man defense against the Spartans. It's been varied, and now an offensive foul called against the Spartans. And it will go against J.C. Hillsman. Check that. Ryan Wellage gets the personal foul, his first and the 3rd team foul. Spartans down by 6. And the lead was at one point 10 by Utah State. Spartans are no stranger to having to come from behind by double figures. It's not something they like to do, but they've been able to do it. Now a hand check foul against J.C. Hillsman on that inbound. Jalen Moore tried to take him on a drive, and J.C. just reached in and fouled him. So J.C.'s first personal. And now the inbound, Dargentin will throw it in. McEwen has it. McEwen takes it right side, holds for a moment. Chest pass back to the left, up fake and a drive from Merrill. Jump step in the lane, hook shot, and a scoop to the hoop is good. He faked that little hook move and then went right up with a finger roll. Sam Merrill has 12, Kobe McEwen has 11. Those 2 freshmen accounting for 23 of the 27 Aggies points. Now Brandon Mitchell driving, trying to go hard to the rim with a dunk. It would not go. The long shot goes out to the perimeter for Terrell Brown, fires away for 3. Brandon Mitchell thought he got fouled in that basketball. He tried to emphatically throw it down. It went right through everything. And now Jalen Moore on a crossover, step back mid-range jumper, pops it through. That's his first points of the game. And he makes it once more a 10-point lead for Utah State. Brown surveying, dribbling to his left, and still in the zone defense are the Aggies now. Back to it. James crosses over, down the left side of the lane, tries to go up with the left hand. He was blocked in the lane by Dargentin. Loose ball comes ahead, bounce pass to Merrill. Merrill chased down from behind and blocked as that ball off the backboard, but called for the goaltend against Brandon Mitchell. And Brandon Mitchell maybe just a hair late, very close. But Mitchell, I think, shaking his head and saying, yep, I think I was just behind on that play. So the Spartans are now down 31-19 with 7:43 remaining in the first half. Got to find an answer. We'll take a break. When we come back to the event center, it's 31-19 with 7:43 remaining. Aggies leading the Spartans with 7:43 remaining in the first half. San Jose State has not been able to find an answer to the Aggie offense. They're 12 of 20 from the field, 60%. Only turned the basketball over once in this first half, have the Aggies, and they're also dominating the glass 13-8 right now. And the Spartans, who have had some wild offensive possessions in this first half, have not been able to stick with the Aggies offensively. A couple substitutions. Diogo Brito comes in, and Isaiah Nichols also in for San Jose State. Brito comes in for the Aggies, first time this evening. J.C. Hillsman wants to attack, leaves his feet, goes outside to Terrell Brown. In between the circles, it's to Nichols now. Brown playing as that off guard, the shooting guard right now. Here's Nichols to the elbow, outside to Brown. Brown blind pass, down in tight comes Nichols, flying through the lane. He goes up, banks it in, and got fouled. Good ball movement right there from the Spartans. They went high-low and then right back to the drive from the freshman Isaiah Nichols. He'll go to the line for the and one. J.C. Hillsman comes out, and he can try and make it to single digits for the Spartans. Nichols, who has been to the line once already, and Isaiah, just playing 3 minutes, has 3 points. Free throw rattles in. Spartans pressing once more, trying to develop a turnover. McEwen back in for the Aggies. Long outlet feed. Here comes to Brito. Brito on a pivot step, scoops it back from McEwen with his heels on the logo at midcourt. He accelerates, gallops down the left side of the lane, jumps up into the air, hoists it up with a right hand. That wouldn't go. Rebound, Brandon Clark. Pushing it up is Isaiah Nichols. Long feed out in transition to Brown. He bounces it to Mitchell on the right side block. Mitchell outside to Nichols, and he backs up. Cody Schwartz is in the game for the Spartans as well. Brown has it, 15 seconds to shoot on the right side wing. Drives to his right side, kicks it outside. Long pass for Cody Schwartz, out of his reach and away from his ankles. And it goes out of play. Spartan turnover, their third of the first half. I think that there was opportunity for Terrell Brown to take the three ball on the catch in transition, but for whatever reason, he didn't take it. And Terrell, who has hit 2 threes already in this first half, why not? Try and keep it going. Merrill with a right hand feed to Dargentin. Dargentin and Jalen Moore play a give and go down low, in tight. With a player right on him is Janisic to score it off the window. And Janisic at 6'11", 240, using his size to his advantage. That much is sure. Now it's Cody Schwartz. Right hand dribble, throws left side on a bounce for Brandon Clark. Double teamed in the lane. He gets a shot up into the air. It was no good. Offensive rebound and the putback from Brandon Mitchell with a right hand wouldn't go. Spartans had the options there, but couldn't get a shot to fall. Sam Merrill now crosses over between the leg dribble, poked away by Brandon Mitchell. He dives to the floor to try and get to it, and it's a held ball situation as both players fall right to the hardwood. Brandon Mitchell, what an effort that was from the Spartan redshirt junior to give the Spartans a possession back. And an 11-point Aggie lead, 5:57 remaining in the first. It was a very quick run to start off the game from Utah State. It was a 10-point lead early on. They pushed that out to 12 points just a couple of minutes ago. And now the Spartans trying to chip away at it. It's Brown and Mitchell. Mitchell lobs underneath. It's Brandon Clark, jump step, tries to get a shot away. Instead, he kicks it out for a Cody Schwartz corner three, and it's good. Deception leading to a three ball from Cody Schwartz. And I think that's what Brandon Clark's going to have to do in this game. He's recognizing that the double and sometimes triple team is coming to him. So ball fake, shot fake, and get a pass out to an open shooter. That was well done Jalen Moore lobs underneath to the baseline, dribbling it with a right hand, back out for Moore, crosses over to his right side, elbow jumper on the pull-up is pure. Jalen Moore has got some moves and some skills, and he just displayed some of them. That was fantastic footwork from Jalen Moore. Makes it a 10-point game. Cody Schwartz on the catch, left side wing. Brandon Mitchell's in between the circles, and he moves it along for Isaac Thornton. Thornton with a left-hand dribble. Back up top to Terrell Brown. Waits for a screen. Gives it over to Cody Schwartz. Rises for another three, and he knocked it down. Cody Schwartz is heating up. He's got 2 first-half threes. 35-28. Over comes McEwen to the left. Scoops it to Moore. Outside for Merrill. Now over to McEwen, waiting for a screen. Brandon Clark up to contest him. Leaves his feet, throws it over the head of Moore. He runs over to flag it down before it goes out of play. McEwen on the possession once more. Goes against Brown, separates, steps back for a deep three, and it's good. Kobe McEwen, boy, it looked like he was going to pass. It looked like he was trying to draw the foul. Looks like he was off balance, and he got the shot to go, and it was a tough one. 14 points for him in the first half. He's shaking his head looking at the Spartan bench. Terrell Brown now over to Cody Schwartz. Up fake, puts it on the floor for a moment. Cut off, so he gives outside to Mitchell. Mitchell in tight to Brandon Clark. Rises up over defender and drops it over the swatting hand of Dargenton for the basket. Good pace here right now. An 8-point Aggie lead. Merrill, left side McEwen. McEwen on a bounce to the elbow, and now backing for a fadeaway jumper is Jalen Moore, tipped up into the air, and Brown has it. Brown wants to run. Brown barking out the play call. Finds Brandon Clark in transition, loses control of the ball, goes right to Brandon Mitchell. He goes up, draws the contact, no foul, and the shot went right over the top of the rim. Tim Duryea translating a play call to his team. And McEwen, right side, lob to Jalen Moore. Had it knocked away for a brief second. And now great vision on a pass outside to a Merrill three. That was no good. Offensive rebound pulled down by the Aggies. And grabbing it was Dargenton, trying to get that ball free. Swatting at it with a right hand was Terrell Brown, and we'll have a foul called against San Jose State. And ultimately goes against Brandon Mitchell, trying to get that ball free. Well, it's been a great one so far in the first half with 3:13 remaining. The Spartans still trying to come from behind by down as many as 12 first half points. They're down 8 now. It's 38-30 with 3:13 left in the first. A break in the action from the event center. Well, this game's been about freshmen in the first half. The 2 freshmen from Utah State, Kobe McEwen and Sam Merrill, both scoring 14 first half points, and we've still got 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in this first half. They have been outstanding for the Aggies, and the Spartans, their younger players as well, have been providing a bulk of the scoring. Brandon Clark, the sophomore, Terrell Brown, the freshman, Cody Schwartz, the sophomore, all with 6 points for San Jose State, but the Spartans down by 8, despite shooting 42% from the field, only turning the basketball over 3 times in the first half. Utah State, though, 16 points in the paint in this first half. And they have really distributed the ball very, very well. They're 4 of 11 from beyond the arc. 16 rebounds to the Spartans' 11. And they have had 8 assists on 15 made baskets. Spartans, meanwhile, have 10 assists on 11 made baskets in this first half. Here comes the inbound to Barnaba. Barnaba has it on a rotation outside to Moore. Extended hand from Cody Schwartz to guard against him as he glides over to his right side. Merrill gets the dribble handoff and a quick look over the right shoulder from McEwen to the bench area to call out a play. Crosses over, Brown runs into a screen, has to get back to him. Barnaby has it on the right side elbow. Barnaba to Merrill. Merrill on a crossover, chucks it down low for Janisic, and he drops it through. There's just too many good passers on the floor for the Aggies. It really does put you on your heels as a defense when so many players can be crisp and precise with their passing. Terrell Brown finds Cody Schwartz, thought about the 3 ball, instead it's a bounce to Thornton. Thornton outside to Welledge for 3, and that is good. Ryan Welledge has his first 3 ball of the evening. He makes it a 7-point game, 40-33. Spartans, who are 4 of their last 5 from the field, And they're 7 of 10 from distance in this first half, and they needed every one of them. Jalen Moore off a high pick and roll, goes in tight, goes up, is fouled, and banked it in. Jalen Moore. You got to be strong to finish a play like that. And Jalen Moore, who kind of had to catch that pass with his body contorted away from the basket, went up in one motion, laid it in, and drew that contact for the foul. So not only displayed the touch, but the strength as well on one play. And Jalen Moore goes for the and one free throw. It is good. He has 7 first half points. And the Spartans trail by 10 once more. Terrell Brown up the floor. Brandon Clark getting ready to check back in for the Spartans. It's J.C. Hillsman now dribbling to his left. Takes it between the legs and floats it across for Cody Schwartz on the left side wing. Schwartz to Brown. Brown looks to his left, throws to his right. Hillsman and Schwartz play catch. 9 seconds to shoot now. Brown has it, lobs underneath for Brandon Mitchell, tipped up into the air, knocked free by the Aggies, thrown while airborne was Merrill out to McEwen. McEwen lead pass ahead was stolen away by J.C. Hillsman. Here comes Brown holding, thought about the three, pulled it back down, gave it in to J.C. Hillsman, left-handed runner good. J.C. has 5, and the Spartans trail 43-35. 1:20 remaining in the first half. Long pass to McEwen. McEwen underneath for Jalen Moore. Knocks over to defender. Moore outside. Catch and shoot three on the way. Back iron miss. Swatted at in the air. Pulled away by Terrell Brown. And a ball rolling on the floor. Comes all the way out to McEwen as the Spartans couldn't track it down. And McEwen now will call for a timeout for Utah State with 57 seconds remaining in the first half. Spartans just could not secure that rebound. Would have been a big one, giving them an opportunity to further chip away at this lead that the Aggies have compiled and have kept throughout this game. They have led the entire way, and they have led by as many as 12. But the Spartans, who are now down 43-35, with under a minute to play in the first. Aggies taking their first time out of the game. Spartans have already used theirs. They used their first timeout about 3 minutes into the game, after the Aggies put on a 8-0 run in just over a minute. Spartans will guard coming out of this timeout with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound will be on the near sideline, right around half court. And the Aggies see if they decide to clear it out and play for just a one-possession type of opportunity, or they go for the 2-and-1. See how quickly they get a shot away here. McEwen, ball fakes to his left, drives, step back for the jumper. It's no good, and on the rebound and over the back, foul is called against Utah State. Dargenton called for the foul, and that is the 5th team foul by the Aggies. Spartans with about a 14-second differential on the shot clock and game clock right now. It's Clark scooping it back for Terrell Brown. Dribbles to his right around a high pick. Long bounce to J.C. Hillsman on the right side wing. Hillsman nowhere to go. Rotated around to the left side for Cody Schwartz. 3, good look. Back iron miss, no good. McEwen the rebound. And the Aggies can play for the final shot of the first half. 43-35, Aggies leading with 19 seconds left now. McEwen just gets it across the half court and holds. Ryan Welledge to come up and try and double team McEwen, so he bounces it to Merrill and they exchange. McEwen driving, accelerating down the left side of the lane. Knocked off of the hand of the Aggies and out of play. Dargenton was there and the Spartans got a hand in the passing lane. It deflected off of Terrell Brown and then off of Dargenton, out of play. Aggies have to defend against the Spartans. Terrell Brown accelerating outside. Cody Schwartz for 3 at the buzzer, no good. A wide open look from Cody Schwartz in the corner, and he could not knock it down. So the Spartans go into the locker room at halftime down 43-35 to the Aggies of Utah State. The Aggies, who did not score any points in the final 2 minutes and 7 seconds of that fast-paced first half. So at halftime, it's 43-35. Utah State will take a break. Have the halftime show coming your way when we return to the event center. You're listening to Spartan Basketball from Lear Field.